I'm going to show you an insane Easter egg right now in Terminus. So it turns out there's a crazy Easter egg where you can get all perks unlocked at once for free during your match. This is super helpful every time that you're doing runs on Terminus where you're not focused on how long it takes. This is something you're going to want to do every single time. Now, it takes a little bit of time, so if you're just XP farming, I'd recommend doing that on Liberty Falls with one of the XP farms I posted about. But if you're trying to do Terminus or you're trying to beat the boss and trying to get as overpowered as possible in the lowest wave possible or something like that, that's especially where this is going to help. So around the map, there are fish every round, and you can kill these fish with explosives. So you can do it with a gun, an explosive gun like the GS-45, but if you do that, you got to make sure you know where the ground is and hit it. And also, you can't get too close to the fish because if you get in the water and get near the fish, they'll swim away and they'll be gone for that round, just period. The particular batch of fish is just gone. Now, these fish actually drop rewards, and you can actually get a ray gun from the fish, which is not the focus of this video, but it is very nice. But the main thing we're after in this is perkaholic, like from the gobblegum, which will unlock all of our perks for free. So every single wave, every single round, there are a bunch of spots that you need to check for these fish in order to get this perkaholic. Because what happens is you need to kill 50 of those fish in order to get the perkaholic to activate. And like I said, every round there are fish. So after you've gone around and checked all the spots I'm going to show you, you're going to go ahead and end the round and start a new round. Now, you don't need to worry about being too far away from any of these spawns or anything. The new spawns will appear right in front of you if they're going to be there. And you're good to go after each round. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all the places that you can find the fish. And then every round you're going to kill those fish as you're playing normally in order to get perkaholic and get like basically, what is it, like 20,000 to 30,000 points of just value of perks for free. The first of the fish can be found inside the lab, this area of the map. So all the spawns are starting from one of these sides, the symmetrical. So what you'll do is you'll look under the stairwells on each side. And there's one right now for me. And then what you're going to do is you're going to look over here. So where this opening is like this, it can be on the right or it can be on the left. Then over here, you can run over to the boat spawn. And from the boat spawn, there can be a spawn right here on the left. And there can be a spawn right there on the right, somewhere just short of that stairwell. And then again, there can be another one underneath the stairs right here as well. Now, they're not going to be there every single time. There's sometimes you can come into the lab and there will be none at all. So it's just kind of random. After you check all the spots in the lab here, then you're going to get on a boat. And what I highly recommend doing, and you don't have to start with the lab. There's 4 major locations. But the main thing is once you get on a boat, I do recommend going to the shipwreck right away. Because you have a limited amount of time in the water before the tentacles start trying to kill you with the mist, which is super annoying. So the first one's going to be on the right side of this, so the east side of the boat. They can appear right there. And they can also appear a little ways in here inside both of these entrances. Okay? Then what you're going to do, I didn't mean to actually turn like that. What you're going to do is check inside here. And they can spawn just under the stairwell right here, which there's none right now. But normally you would be able to shoot right in there. They'd be right there. Then what you're going to do is go through the boat and go to the south side of the boat by the vehicle vendor. And there are 2 different spawns right here. So there's one, might even be 3, but I think there's at least 2. There's one that can be right over here by this left thing, and there's one that can be more centered right in here somewhere. And currently on this particular round, there are none in those 2 spots. Then you're going to head over to this southern island. It's actually called Crab Island. And you're going to go up to this first area, and you can just go ahead and get off if there's poison chasing you by this point. And you're just going to check the shoreline for fish. There's like 4 different spawns on this shore right here, the northern shore. And there's one right there. You can just go ahead and check that. And I was able to get that one right now. And then we just got 3 more fish. After you've checked the shoreline right through here, northern side, then what you're going to do is you're going to head north. And you're going to go over to this tower right here. And you can go ahead and stop your boat. Now, fish can spawn at the base of these stairs, which currently there are none. You're going to go up these stairs. And fish can also spawn right over here, which I don't see any right now, over here. Then you can check down these stairs over here. And there could be fish under the bridge right here, which, again, I don't see any right now. Okay, you can also go across over here. And there can be fish back here in this little cranny back here, which currently there are none. Check over here. There's nothing. And then you can check over here as well, which I don't see any fish back here either. And once you've checked all the fish spawns and killed any fish that are here, you're going to go ahead and finish the round, which will spawn new fish in, and you can check them all again. So they should pop up. Even if you're right there looking at them, they should just appear right in front of you. So we're just going to check now again. And it looks like we actually have no more fish spawns in this area, which is kind of nuts. Because there's a lot of spawns here. To not get any twice in a row is kind of crazy. But yeah, so we're going to check there, check over there, and check over here. And yeah, there are no fish spawns here. But then you would go ahead and you would check all the other ones again. You'd get on a boat. You'd head back over to the shipwreck, go back over to the island, go back over to the lab, and check all the different fish spots every single round. And then you want to do that round over round over round until you end up killing 50 fish. Also, there were fish over here. I just missed them. They're actually right over here. And there were 3 fish right there. You can watch for the splashes that come out of the water. It's just hard to see it when you're being chased by zombies and things. So you might want to clear the wave first, and then go check it after everything's dead and there's just like 1 or 2 zombies left. Another thing that's important to keep in mind, if you want an explosive weapon, you don't have to start with the GS45 or LR762. Those ones are both explosive once you use Pack-a-Punch on them. But you don't have to start them. If you use some other gun you're trying to level up or something like that while you're doing this, or a gun you prefer, what you can do is right at the start of the match, there's right in here in the starting room, there's a wall buy for the GS45. So you just put a Pack-a-Punch on that, and that will get you the explosive guns I'm using right here without having to actually bring them into the match standalone. So that'll help you out a lot, so you don't have to constantly be using salvage in order to get concussive grenades and things like that, because otherwise it's going to burn all your salvage in order to keep up with the grenades. Another tip I have is to just use the pistol when you have the GS45 that's explosive. And once you have all the spots memorized, you just go and, without even thinking, just go shoot a shot or 2 in the spots that you know to hit. That way you don't even have to actually wait and look for the splashes or try to see the fish in the water. You can just shoot wherever and be able to get it. But this is a little bit trickier because you need to actually know where you need to hit around them in order to kill them with the pistol. So the grenades are a lot easier for killing them than the pistols, but it's just they're a lot less, reusable. And another really important tip for this, if you're not using the GS45 as your primary gun, it's just a secondary just for killing the fish, then what you can do is just Pack-a-Punch it and don't give it any other upgrades. Just leave it as a gray GS45. And then what that'll do is make it so reloading it doesn't really cost like anything. That way you don't have to worry about just spamming. You could just be like full spamming trying to get the fish and not even have to worry about it because the ammo will be so cheap. Another big tip is do not jump into the water. Being in the water makes it so the radius for scaring the fish is way higher. So it's best to either stand on your boat or stand somewhere on ground when trying to shoot them, or else they'll immediately just swim away. And there it is, the 50th fish. And as you can see, it gave me a perkaholic. I now have all the perks unlocked without spending any points at all to get them, which is super nice. This takes, it depends on your luck, but probably around 10 rounds or so. It's between like 7 and 12 rounds, I would say. On average, then you get between like 4 and 8 fish or something, maybe 9 if you're lucky, per round. So, I mean, if you start this early enough, like you could probably start doing this around wave like 6 or around wave 8 or something like that. So you could easily get the perkaholic unlocked before even getting to round 20, which would be pretty massive, which would let you save all your money for upgrading your guns and stuff. So if you combine that with the other things that you do, like you're trying to beat this level, then you could potentially get into the boss fight with like fully leveled up guns minus the legendary status of them. You'd probably be able to get into the boss fight like that before wave 20 thanks to this Easter egg. That's how nice this one is on saving points. And you'd have more perks than you would normally have. You'd just have all of them. Something else to keep in mind, you can get the ethereal crystals from this, or ethereum crystals from this, which will let you level up your weapon. Those are also super nice. There was just an epic right there, which will take your weapon straight to epic for free. So things like that can happen. That could really make it possible to get your weapon to legendary before round 20. So, like, honestly, I would just leave your weapon at, like, green or something like that. If you're using GS45 or LR762, that is especially. And just leave it at that rarity and hope that you get one of the crystals while getting your 50 fish. And then after that, you can spend your salvage to get the final upgrade to legendary. And that would make it actually possible to have legendary, fully upgraded gun with all perks probably before round 20 going into the boss fight, which would be pretty wild. Also, the fish do spawn even after you've killed 50, so that's not the end of the fish. So if you want to keep on farming these things, you can just keep on doing it forever, basically, as you're just playing the map anyway. So keep that in mind. So there's unlimited chances in order to get the ray gun, unlimited chances to get the crystals to upgrade the guns. You can just keep farming even after the 50. Well, hope that helps you out, guys. Now you know how to get a free perkaholic equivalent just in normal gameplay by killing fish in Terminus.